Georgia, but from Gracia, this is the Rorschach, Georgia update from the 13th of June, 2024. Quick summary of what's going down in Georgia. On Thursday the 6th, the U.S. sanctioned Georgian officials because of the Russian law, which makes NGOs that receive more than 20% of their cash from outside Georgia sign up as foreign agents, exactly the way Russia did in 2012. U.S. State Department even imposed travel bans on some members of the Georgian Dream or Otsneba party. On Wednesday the 12th, Kaladze, mayor of Tbilisi, basically said he didn't care about the U.S. travel ban, saying he's got bigger fish to fry. Okay, Mr. Push-Ups. Big old eye roll from the U.S. about the matter. In the last episode, we talked about how President Ivanishvili called for a referendum on Georgia's future with NATO and the EU. She said that citizens should decide whether they want to be on the West side. This comes in the middle of a back and forth between pro-Russia and pro-Europe groups in Georgia. She's saying there should be a referendum, and she is still saying that. On Monday the 12th, she told a group of young people that she would be happy to be their candidate if she ran for re-election. During a youth event in Tbilisi, she emphasized her commitment to supporting the younger generation and continuing her efforts to guide Georgia towards a European future. In another controversial bill, on Thursday the 6th, Otsneba introduced a draft law aimed at putting the squeeze on LGBTQ plus rights. This bill wants to shut down any public events spreading, whatever spreading means, LGBTQ plus values, whatever values means, and make it harder for same-sex couples to adopt children, saying that the draft law is about protecting traditional families, whatever those are. Otsneba is clearly telling the EU to bugger off and taking a step backwards in terms of human rights. The bill sets off protests everywhere, got human rights groups worldwide to express their concern, which was, of course, the goal. Political news on Monday the 10th, 4 pro-Russia parties joined the de facto parliament of Ivanishvili, capital of South Ossetia. South Ossetia is a breakaway region of Georgia under Russian control since the 2008 war. Parties' pro-Russian stance make it harder for Georgia to reclaim the territory. Russian authorities organized the elections, further consolidating Moscow's influence over the region. The borderization process has seen the establishment of physical barriers separating South Ossetia from Georgia that move constantly, all of this impacting thousands of residents and their access to essential services, among other things. On a related note, Russian occupation forces unlawfully detained a Georgian citizen near the occupied town of Ivanishvili. According to the State Security Service of Georgia, or SSG, the detention occurred along the administrative boundary line. The SSG activated a hotline with the European Union monitoring mission, informed the international partners and co-chairs of the Geneva International Discussion to secure the citizen's release. 3 people attacked civic activist Zuka Berdzanishvili outside his home. Berdzanishvili, known for his outspoken criticism of the government, suffered head and face injuries. The attackers struck him from behind, cowards, while he was leaving his house. Berdzanishvili was on his way to a nearby cafe when the attack occurred. He said the attack might be connected to the recent accusations made by Parliamentary Speaker Shalva Papuashvili, who labeled him and other activists as engaging in politically motivated terror. Human rights groups are demanding a thorough investigation into the attack. On Thursday the 13th, Tbilisi Mayor Kaladze honored flood victims of the 13th of June 2015 during a municipal government session, calling it one of the hardest days in the city's and the country's history. Tragic event claimed 21 lives, left 2 people missing. Kaladze expresses condolences to the families of the deceased, emphasizing that while infrastructure can be rebuilt, victims cannot be brought back to life. Various commemorative events were held across Tbilisi in parks, pubs, and other social venues to remember and honor those affected by the flood. Eugene Ivanishvili splashed the cash around, got a rare book by John Zosimos at a Christie's auction. He donated it to the National Museum. Ivanishvili playing the hero, trying to show his love for Georgian culture while making Georgia once again a Russian colony and keeping it out of the EU. On Wednesday the 12th, the Georgian Ministry of Culture honored Yuri Mechitov, photographer, for his contributions to the art world. He received the Shota Rustaveli State Prize, recognizing his outstanding impact on contemporary photography. Mechitov's recent exhibitions include Recollections of the Past and Tbilisi Armenians, have been critically acclaimed. Still on art, former Bolshoi ballerina Nina Ananiashvili is set to host the 5th Tbilisi Ballet Festival. Starting later this month, the festival will feature performances by world-renowned dancers and aims to promote local ballet. Celebrating literary giants on Monday, the 10th, Georgian National Academy of Science held a special event to celebrate the works of poet Jansun Charkviani. The event featured readings of his poetry, discussions about his impact on contemporary literature, and performances inspired by his work. On Tuesday, the 11th, Georgian and Kazakhstan Cinema Center signed a memorandum of cooperation. This agreement aims to boost collaboration on film production, distribution, and promotion between the two countries. Georgia's Tsiskarouri Tower in Akheli scored big with the European Nostra Award on Thursday the 6th, which recognizes exceptional heritage conservation projects in Europe. European Commission and Europa Nostra commended the restoration for preserving the structure's cultural and historical significance. The project, led by the National Trust of Georgia in collaboration with international partners, was praised for its holistic approach, integrating community engagement, international collaboration, and capacity building. Now some environmental news. Georgia threw a big bash for the World Environment Day on Thursday the 6th. The United Nations Development Program, or UNDP, promoted sorting trash, protecting local critters and plants, and pushing for more renewable energy. Finally, on Monday the 10th, Kazbegi checkpoint ceased operations due to an emergency. The Revenue Service for the Ministry of Finance made the call after an alert from a river flow detector. Import-export activities and customs checks were put on hold until further notice. People relocated. Once things settle, the checkpoint will resume normal operations. And that's it for this week. Thanks for joining us. Thanks a lot for everyone who filled out the survey over the past weeks. Appreciate your comments and ideas. Many of you mentioned you'd like to get some in-depth episodes and interviews. Something you'd like? Any topics in mind? Something specific about Spain you want to know more about or have a special show on? We want to do some new deep topic shows like Rambles very soon, so let us know at info@rorschach.com. You left an email in the survey. We'll reach out soon. The survey is linked in the show notes if you're still interested in filling it out. Hasta la próxima.